Bangor. From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Coming up on today's show, in recognition of International Nurses Day, Northern Light EMMC hosted a Blessing of the Hand ceremony. Plus, we'll celebrate Maine's Teachers of the Year, see how they'll be serving as educational ambassadors. And a county sheriff capsized in a kayak hundreds of feet offshore was rescued just in the nick of time. This and more right now. Good morning. Welcome into Good Morning Maine. I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Happy Friday. It's going to be a gorgeous day and a gorgeous weekend. So without further ado, let's bring in Devin Biggs with a first check of our forecast. Devin?
Hey, Joe, thank you very much. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Card Enterprises. At Card Enterprises, we specialize in affordable quality vehicles. Financing is available, and we have a full service department. We are the home of the unlimited mileage warranty. All right, it was a warm one yesterday, even record-setting in a few areas, though, like over in Bangor, where we had record highs set yesterday of 86 degrees, breaking the old record of 83 degrees set back in 1991. A little bit cooler along the coast because water temperatures are still rather cool at this point, though. But, man, it is foggy area-wide this morning. Many areas at a half mile or less for visibility. So if you do have to travel this morning for work or school, please be careful and allow some extra time to get to where you're going. Because of all this, your tax dollars at work, a dense fog advisory is up until later this morning. That's when things will begin to improve from time to time. But otherwise, though, clouds are moving in from the northwest going toward the south and east. That'll be common pretty much from northwest to southeast for most of the morning into the afternoon period. So we'll be under a partly cloudy sky before things begin to ease up from there. Low pressure tracks down toward the south, but we're going to be watching another system now be moving in soon as a front just off toward our north, pushing in some warmer air. Another system off toward the west will be moving in rather soon, and that'll give us the opportunity for a few rain showers, even a few rumbles of thunder. But for today, we will be dry under a partly cloudy sky, but maybe watching for a little bit more fog that may try to develop later on tonight. But your hourly forecast moving forward, starting off with fog, otherwise partly cloudy with temperatures making it into the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe?
Thanks, Devin. Quick programming note. I-95 is closed in the southbound lanes near exit 183 due to a motor vehicle accident. Maine State Police are on scene and are asking the public to find alternative routes. But as we say hello to the warmer temperatures, law enforcement officials are reminding people to stay vigilant when leaving your car unattended. Local law enforcement say they've seen an uptick on car break-ins in the past couple of years. Holden Police Chief Chris Greeley says last year they had a total of 59 car burglaries within the Holden community. Greeley urges drivers to take proactive measures to avoid someone from entering your vehicle.
The simplest thing is, even in your driveway, to lock your car. Be careful about leaving things that look like they're valuable in plain view. Don't leave your purse, your pocketbook, your wallet. Don't leave the new purchase you just made on the front seat with the car unlocked. Again, you probably know to do this if you're at the Bangor Mall or some store. You know to lock your car, but you need to do the same thing even in your own driveway.
Greeley says if you see anything suspicious, call your local police department and report the crime. Dangerous minutes on Sebago Lake after Cumberland County Sheriff Kevin Joyce capsized in a kayak hundreds of feet offshore, plunging him into the frigid water. Fortunately, someone heard his call for help and spotted him in the water. Brad Rogers spoke with the sheriff about his ordeal and the man who paddled out to rescue him.
You know, once you go over, you're just scrambling to try to, get to shore, hold on to something.
After capsizing, Sheriff Kevin Joyce held onto his kayak and the floating ball of the morning that he paddled out to put in the lake.
I could just keep my head above water and use that time to relax, think things out, and kick towards shore.
Tyler Leonard was working on a house when a crew member heard someone yelling.
And I looked down the beach and saw a kayak, and it was quite a ways out.
I didn't think I yelled that loud, but I guess I did.
Tyler got a canoe and paddled out toward the kayak.
I just paddled like crazy.
Meanwhile, with the lake temperature at 48 degrees, Sheriff Joyce started feeling the effects of hypothermia.
I was at a point where I could have held on for a little longer, but what I wasn't realizing is how quickly my body temperature was going down.
He was hanging onto his kayak and the buoy, and he was breathing heavy.
I mean, I was exhausted from holding on.
I just told him, I said, breathe, just concentrate on your breathing, you know what I mean? Breathe, because, hypothermia is awful, and I just knew I had to get him in.
Sheriff Joyce admits he made one big mistake. He says because the water was calm like this and not choppy, he didn't bring a life jacket.
I didn't wear a life jacket. I didn't bring a life jacket. Normally I bring a life jacket or I have one on. That wasn't one of my best decisions.
By now, EMTs were waiting on shore. He thanked Tyler for saving his life before being briefly hospitalized for hypothermia.
He couldn't squeeze my hand, so I knew he was hurting, but he's tough,
I was lucky. And it just brings back reality that just because you do something repeatedly, that doesn't mean that in a New York second, things can't change.
For more than 2 decades, federal firefighters have been calling for a change to regulations that would streamline access to disabilities and retirement benefits. And the Federal Retirement Fairness Act recently passed in the House of Representatives. The bill would reverse current guidelines that require federal firefighters to provide documentation to the government, directly linking health problems to sites where the disease or illness was contracted. Members of Professional Firefighters of Maine say this complex system prevents them from receiving well-deserved equal benefits compared to their peers working at the state or county level.
Obviously, part of the job is taking care of home life as well, and so now we can rest a little more easier knowing, God forbid, if something were to happen to me, that it would be covered.
It's significant. Our federal firefighters are exposed to the same hazards. They're getting the same illnesses. They're getting sick and they're dying, and they need to be covered.
Federal firefighters are anticipating the bill to get to the president's desk sometime this year. Dry and warmer temperatures have contributed to a rise in fire danger risk across the state this week. Forest Ranger Specialist Kent Nelson says there have been a lot of small fires that have spread rapidly. He says most of the incidents have been caused by people who have not fully put out those campfires.
We have that feel of summer now and we want to enjoy ourselves in the evenings and have a small campfire. We really recommend that fire be doused with water and stir the coals 3 times before you consider it out.
Nelson also says some of the fires that they have been seeing are from people pulling their cars onto dead grass, which can quickly ignite due to the heat of your vehicle. He says burn permits are not currently being issued across the state of Maine. The Forest Service is asking people to wait until there is a significant rainfall before burning any brush. Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center is celebrating National Hospital Week. Brooke Riley shares more about the significance behind a special ceremony.
Nurses have an important job both in the healthcare system and society.
We care for others in a way that is unlike anything else that we ever do. People come into the hospital and it's a very stressful time for patients and families, and it gives us an opportunity to connect with those people and really make an impact on their life.
In recognition of International Nurses Day, Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center hosted a Blessing of the Hand ceremony Thursday.
It's really important to just take a moment and to ground ourselves a little bit, recognize ourselves as nurses and what we do, and recognize all the wonderful things we do just with our touch. And so Blessing of the Hands is an opportunity to do that.
Assistant Nurse Manager Ashley Barker says the ceremony served as a reminder of how important the work they do is.
Anybody that works in healthcare, is a nurse, is a doctor, you do it because you care about people, you have compassion, you have empathy, and no matter what we're faced with or what we have to do, you just go in and you do it because that's why you do it to help others.
After overcoming many obstacles due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Neil says the ceremony was a special moment for the nurses to reflect on their journeys.
Despite its challenges, it's one of the most rewarding things that I think anybody can ever do for themselves and for others. A simple thank you is all we ever need, and it means a lot to people.
In Bangor, Brooke Riley, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Children's Oral Health Network of Maine plans to use grant funds to expand access to dental health care virtually. We'll have that story next, but first, here's a quick look at our forecast. A high of 80 degrees for your Friday. Partially cloudy skies will give us a little bit of coverage from that sun as the temperatures warm up. Tonight, temps only getting down to the mid-50s, partially cloudy skies overnight. And tomorrow's the big day, mostly sunny skies with a high of 87 degrees.
Some hesitate when faced with a decision, but not you. Introducing the 2022 Telluride Nightfall Edition.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50. So it helps to have a wise friend and fierce defender like AARP to help you take control of your health along the way.
What's in it?
I don't know, but it's green.
Green's good.
Whether it's your wellness.
What are you in for?
Cholesterol check.
Cool.
Your brain health.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
Or your endurance. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
Bathfitter doesn't just fit your bath. We fit your life. When you're tired of looking at your tired old bath, we fit your style with hundreds of design options. When a normal day is anything but normal, we fit your schedule with our unique tub-over-tub process installed in as little as a day. When high quality is the only quality that matters, we fit your standards with a lifetime guarantee. Bathfitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Presenting Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable, available all-wheel drive SUVs, backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Get 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2022 Sorento.
It's another can't-miss weekend of USFL football on Fox. Saturday, QB Kyle Sloter leads the New Orleans Breakers one-handed catch against the New Jersey Generals. Touchdown. And Sunday, the Pittsburgh Maulers battle Clayton Thorson and the Houston Gamblers. All the way to the house. Real football for real fans. The USFL, Saturday and Sunday on Fox.
The Mills administration is launching 2 campaigns aimed at promoting health careers in Maine. They are part of the governor's Maine Jobs and Recovery Plan to bolster Maine's healthcare workforce, as well as attract and retain healthcare workers. The campaigns promote entry-level and other healthcare jobs as stepping stones to rewarding careers, particularly among young people in the state. The Children's Oral Health Network of Maine has secured a $650,000 grant to launch a first-of-its-kind virtual dental home. AJ Douglas talked to oral health leaders to learn more about the new resource and how you can gain access.
You know that oral health is a key component of overall health, right? It's very difficult to be healthy if your mouth is not healthy.
Children's Oral Health Network of Maine plans to use grant funds to expand access to dental health care virtually. The organization will partner with dental providers to connect their patients to preventative care opportunities online. VDH coordinator Emily Knight says parents are in need of more flexibility when it comes to accessing care.
I can take paid time off and I can change my schedule to accommodate that. And that's not the reality for so many Mainers.
Eastport Healthcare Inc. offers dental services to residents in Washington County despite financial barriers. The facility CEO says virtual preventative care is a great way to supplement dental services, but there's no replacement for in-person care.
It's a great next step and also a safety net for those that don't have any dental home or any information. The best care is an in-person dental home.
She knows that there are only 2 pediatric oral health surgeons statewide and warns that a lack of community resources could be damaging to a child's dental health.
Getting the primary care provider involved, getting the school and the family involved. By the time the child ends up in the emergency room with poor dental health and needs sedation, we've had many missed opportunities to provide the child with good oral health care.
Program leaders have partnered with Head Start locations across the state to begin offering virtual services and plan to expand by August.
This is a really long-term effort, and so we're just at the beginning of it.
Dental providers interested in using VDH can visit mainecohn.org. AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
It's 8:15, and after the break, a new $37 million cancer care facility has been years in the making, and it's now set to open up. Details ahead. Plus, later on, former President Trump is the center of a new grand jury investigation. Your national spotlight is right around the corner.
Breathe in. Can you sense it? The feeling of becoming something greater? Here in the heart of Maine, you'll find a place that the innovators of tomorrow have called home for the last 150 years, the University of Maine. Ranked as one of the nation's top research institutions, our opportunities know no bounds, because UMaine isn't just a destination. It's a gateway to new horizons that shape who we are. We are UMaine.
It's like I'm downloading in slow motion. Wish we had better internet.
Charlie! That's right, it's me, Charlie. Wish specialist for Spectrum. Let's get that wish granted.
How?
Spectrum Internet delivers speeds of 200 megabits for a stronger connection on all your devices. Here, yeah, and here. Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep your kids safe online.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
Why do we need all these remotes? I wish our shows were in one place.
Spectrum TV makes it easy to find your favorites. Plus, you'll have access to over 85,000 titles on demand. And with the free Spectrum TV app, you can watch live sports, news, and more on any device, anywhere.
Get Spectrum TV for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
I wish we didn't have a
contract. Granted.
Oh, he's good.
Switch to Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-768-4999.
Sarah's House is a cancer hospitality house. It basically serves people on their cancer journey. As they're battling cancer, they have to come down to Brewer to the treatment center here, and they can come from all different places in the state, as far away as Eastport to Aroostook County even. We've had guests come from all over. So if you live greater than 30 miles away, you have a place to come and be at home while you receive treatment. And really, usually guests become lifelong friends. So it's a connection unlike anything you'll ever see, and it's a place unlike anywhere I've ever been.
A new cancer care center in central Maine will soon open to patients. It's critical for the area, which has extremely high levels of cancer. Now Myers in Lewiston with a look at the state-of-the-art facility.
This $37 million facility has been years in the making. It will bring together a wide range of cancer-related care services under one roof.
And what that means is that we're now patient-centered.
The 52,000 square foot cancer care center on the Central Maine Medical Center campus has everything from chemotherapy to surgical to radiation services.
We've invested heavily in our pharmacy and lab services here to support the building and the care that we provide.
There's also a connection to other nearby services, like the Dempsey Center, which helps cancer patients with the emotional, mental, and physical impacts of their symptoms.
Our patients and our families will have access to their resources right in the building here.
And there's new technology at the site not found anywhere else in Maine. The healthcare provider now has the state's two newest linear accelerators, machines used for radiation.
With that, we'll be able to deliver more rapid and more accurate treatments for our oncology patients that require radiation therapy.
There are a lot of patients that need their care. The American Cancer Society estimates there will be 10,000 new cases across Maine this year.
Cancer rates in this central Maine area are extremely high. Lung cancer, breast cancer, and colon cancer are almost endemic in this area here.
That's why they stress people talk to their healthcare provider about getting screened.
We stand a chance. We really stand a chance to help them. We stand a chance to cure them.
And let's get a full look at that beautiful forecast. It's about 55 degrees outside the studio now, but it is going to warm up a lot. Here's Devin Biggs with the latest look.
Hey, Joe, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Card Enterprises. At Card Enterprises, we specialize in affordable quality vehicles. Financing is available, and we have a full service department. We are the home of the unlimited mileage warranty. All right, fog is an issue out there this morning. Area-wide seeing at least a half mile or less for visibility, so if you're traveling to work or school, be careful and allow some extra time. Visibility will be tricky from time to time. We don't want anyone getting in any car accidents. In fact, because of the fog, it is thick enough to warrant a dense fog advisory across parts of the area this morning. Of course, expiring later this morning as things begin to improve with the sunrise. Otherwise, though, we're watching clouds moving in from the northwest, going toward the south and east. So overall, we will be under a partly cloudy sky today, so things will be looking rather decent once we get the fog out of here. But we will be watching our next system moving in soon. In fact, it's parked toward our north now as a warm front, so high pressure will be moving out of here very soon, pushing us a warm, moist air. And in fact, the humidity will start taking up later on today, though, and chances of rain showers, even a few rumbles of thunder, will be arriving soon this weekend. Right now, though, wave heights are getting a little active out there, only around 3 to 4 feet. Not enough to warrant any advisories, but we're going to be watching for that throughout the rest of the time frame. Winds will get a little gusty from time to time, getting up to about 20 miles per hour in a few areas, but it's mainly during the daytime period, because as we head towards the overnight period tonight, things will begin to ease up from there. Otherwise, though, again, sea surface temperatures. We haven't talked about this in a little while, though. Sea surface temperatures make it into the upper 40s to lower 50s, so temperatures starting to warm up just a little bit. But again, we're going to be seeing the temperatures starting to boost that up just a little bit more, with temperatures making it into the middle 80s yesterday, and Bangor breaking that record high again of 83 degrees. So your forecast coming up for today, though, going to be rather nice out there with, again, 80 degrees on morning fog, becoming partly cloudy. That south wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, though, 55 degrees, becoming partly cloudy. That south wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Card Enterprises. More storms on the way as we head towards Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
With the first pick in the 2022 real estate draft, the Maine home buyers and sellers select Luke. Get looped and get sold today with Next Home Experience.
Hey Bangor residents, the City of Bangor is offering up to $2,000 in grants for income-eligible single-family homeowners if you install a new Fujitsu heat pump in your home. And Valley Home Services is an authorized Fujitsu installer. Up to $2,000. Combine that grant with rebates from Efficiency Maine, and you could have a new Fujitsu heat pump installed by Valley Home Services at little to no cost. Don't miss this incredible offer, Bangor. Call Valley Home Services today to see if you qualify.
Attention Maine fishermen, we want to see your biggest catch and for you to win some great prizes. Go to foxbangor.com and click on contest and giveaway, then upload your photo for your chance to win. Sponsored by Willie's Sports Center, Mill Mall, and elsewhere. We have everything for fishing, from trout to tuna, fly fishing, trolling, and ocean rigging. We carry fat tire e-bikes to get to remote spots and snow dog utility machines. We have all your hunting and outdoor essentials.
When it comes to covering local news,
stories that matter,
things that affect you, there's no better place to turn than right here on Fox 22.
We make the most of your time, keeping it local and giving you the facts.
Especially when they are breaking, because there is nothing more important to all of us than getting it right.
Local news weeknights at 10 with Beth Jones and Peter Dubois on Fox 22.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Switching over to national news, the Justice Department is now looking into the alleged mishandling of classified documents brought from the White House to Trump's Florida home. This new probe comes as the January 6th committee prepares for primetime public hearings. And key Republican Congress members have been subpoenaed to corporate. Justin Finch is in Washington with the details.
Today, the Justice Department searching for answers after boxloads of classified documents were reportedly found at former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Those sensitive documents discovered after Trump left the White House. The investigation issuing at least one subpoena to the National Archives, requesting interviews from former Trump aides and convening a grand jury. A Trump spokesperson responding, saying in part, President Trump consistently handled all documents in accordance with applicable law and regulations. Meantime, on Capitol Hill, the January 6th committee issuing new subpoenas to 4 House Republicans and House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. McCarthy digging in his heels Thursday.
It seems as though they just want to go after their political opponents.
Days after the Capitol riot, McCarthy heard on phone recordings telling Republicans Trump bore some responsibility for the violence.
I've had it with this guy. What he did is unacceptable. Nobody can defend that, and nobody should defend it.
Also on that call, top Republican January 6th committee member Liz Cheney saying last year McCarthy's testimony is valuable.
Should Kevin McCarthy be willing to testify before that commission?
He absolutely should, and I wouldn't be surprised if he were subpoenaed. I think that he very clearly and said publicly that he's got information about the president's state of mind that day.
All eyes on what those 5 House Republicans decide and what the repercussions could be if they refuse to comply again. The January 6th committee begins public hearings next month, and a final report is due out this fall.
President Joe Biden has directed his administration to work urgently to ensure that infant formula is safe and available for families across the country during the Abbott Nutrition voluntary recall. Monacosa Abdi has the latest.
This morning, the FDA is looking at ways to import more baby formula to ease the worsening shortage here in the U.S., with the possibility of loosening import restrictions. Ireland, the Netherlands, and Chile are now identified as potential sources for more formula.
We're going to work with manufacturers. We're going to import more to expedite this as quickly as possible.
President Biden Thursday said he spoke with manufacturers and the CEOs of Target and Walmart about ways to boost supplies. The out-of-stock rate for baby formula in the U.S. was more than 40% at the beginning of the month.
My sister picked me up some in Arvada yesterday, my dad up in Thornton the other day.
Ashley Lane in Colorado is one of the many moms struggling to find the formula her infant son needs.
There was nothing left on the entire shelf. I took a picture and sent it home, and I was like, thank goodness we have a couple cans left.
When asked why the administration has not acted sooner, the White House said efforts had been underway for months.
The steps the president took today are an acknowledgement and a recognition that more needs to be done, that we do not want parents, mothers, families out there to be stressed and worried about feeding their babies.
This is not a third world country. This should never happen in the United States of America.
The outcry is providing Republicans with another line of attacks against the Biden administration. Minority Leader Mitch McConnell on the Senate floor yesterday read letters from worried parents.
We've been struggling to get formula for our granddaughter for months now. The situation has turned dire.
And now Texas Governor Greg Abbott is calling the Biden administration reckless for providing migrants at the border with baby formula. A Texas congresswoman tweeted this image of a shelf full of formula. She says the photo was taken at a processing center in McAllen, Texas. A representative from the Hope Border Institute responded saying, quote, "These children, all children, deserve access to full life, including food, shelter, and love."
The shortage is blamed in part on a recall back in February. The affected plant in Michigan should come back online soon, but it could take up to 10 weeks for supplies to be restocked.
Don't go anywhere. Still coming up here on the second half of our show. At the State House, the 2022 Maine County Teachers of the Year were announced and honored. Hear how the 16 teachers will serve as educational ambassadors throughout the year. And the cleanup crew was out and about at Camp Capella getting ready for the upcoming summer season as they aim to be ready for opening day on June 19th. We are back with our local news after the break.
Ready for this catch-22? The mental health struggles you want to work on are the same reasons you're putting off therapy. You're stuck. Sondermind makes it easy to team up with the right therapist and turn stuckness into strength.
When Northeast Collectibles wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. A toy, comic, and gaming store located in the Movie Rocket complex. The store has easy access to connect with other geeks or get you hard-to-find collectibles.
It takes all types to play Family Feud. The Tell It All.
Name something Grandma wears that might also fit Grandpa.
Yeah, I know my grandma used to have a beard.
The Spicy Seniors.
Hey, Eddie, why they call you Fast Eddie?
Because he made me so happy so fast.
Whoa! Steve, it was a triple and a home run, baby.
See who shows up all season on Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22. You're watching Fox 22 Bangor.
Welcome back. It's Friday, May 13th of 2022. It is the Friday the 13th of 2022. I just found out that it is going to be the only Friday the 13th of the year, so Do with that information what you will. It's going to be a great day, though. Devin Biggs has a forecast in just a moment. Spoiler alert, it's not going to be cold. Velcro was invented 64 years ago today, maybe one of the greatest inventions ever. And for birthdays today include singer Stevie Wonder is 72, who's still working, had his first #1 on Billboard when he was 13 years old, and that was Fingertips. Rocker Darius Rucker is 56, and for national holidays we have Blame Someone Else Day, National Apple Pie Day, and World Cocktail Day. So grab an apple pie, get some cocktails in the system, and enjoy this beautiful Friday we have in store. Tomorrow's going to be extremely hot, but without further ado, here's Devin Biggs with another look at our forecast.
Hey, Joe, thank you very much. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Card Enterprises. At Card Enterprises, we specialize in affordable quality vehicles. Financing is available, and we have a full service department. We are the home of the unlimited mileage warranty. All right, it was a warm one yesterday, even record setting in a few areas, though, like over in Bangor, where we had record highs set yesterday of 86 degrees, breaking the old record of 83 degrees set back in 1991. A little bit cooler along the coast because water temperatures are still rather cool at this point, though. But man, it is foggy area wide this morning. Many areas at a half-mile or less for visibility. So if you do have to travel this morning for work or school, please be careful and allow some extra time to get to where you're going. Because of all this, your tax dollars at work, a dense fog advisory is up until later this morning. That's when things will begin to improve from time to time. But otherwise, though, clouds are moving in from the northwest going toward the south and east. That'll be common pretty much from northwest to southeast for most of the morning into the afternoon period. So we'll be under a partly cloudy sky before things begin to ease up from there. Low pressure tracks down toward the south, but we're going to be watching another system now be moving in soon as a front just off toward our north, pushing in some warmer air. Another system off toward the west will be moving in rather soon, and that'll give us the opportunity for a few rain showers, even a few rumbles of thunder. But for today, we will be dry under a partly cloudy sky, but maybe watching for a little bit more fog that may try to develop later on tonight. But your hourly forecast moving forward, starting off with fog, otherwise partly cloudy with temperatures making into the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe?
Thank you, Mr. Biggs. Now back to some local news. Teachers from each county were recognized for their hard work and the impact they have on students. Dylan Holloway was at the State House to get a little education on the Teacher Award ceremony.
The 2022 Maine County Teachers of the Year were announced and honored Thursday at the State House.
We select 16 County Teachers of the Year, one of whom will be the 2023 State Teacher of the Year. So they serve from May to May. That is their year of recognition. And then we will narrow the field to 8 semifinalists, and then to 3 finalists, and then 1 selected as the State Teacher of the Year in October.
Dolly Sullivan says hundreds of teachers are nominated for the honor by a member of their school community. She says the 16 teachers will serve as educational ambassadors throughout the year. Governor Janet Mills, the daughter of a teacher, says educators shape thousands of minds each year.
My mother taught an estimated 5,000 people in her career. That's what I figured. And each of you 16 teachers receiving this award have thousands of kids' futures under your belt. And today, as we celebrate the 16 teachers and their commitment to Maine students, taken together, we know they have taught already thousands of students and will teach thousands more.
Penobscot County Teacher of the Year Emily Albee says her students at Hamden Academy drive her to be the best educator she can be.
My students make me a better teacher. I'm there for them, and it's a great privilege to get to show up for them every day. It's a tremendous opportunity and the job that I have to get to work with amazing young people, and it makes me proud to be able to influence them, and that's the real honor.
As she celebrates this honor, Albee left her students with one final message.
Students, we're almost done with the end of school. We got to finish up strong. Your homework's still due tomorrow.
Reporting from the State House in Augusta, I'm Dylan Holloway for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
A new president will take the helm at Eastern Maine Community College next month. Maine Community College System President announced that Liz Russell has been appointed president of EMCC effective June 1st. Russell is currently serving as Vice President of Academic Affairs at Eastern Maine Community College. Since joining the college back in 1994, she has held multiple senior leadership positions, such as Dean of Student Affairs, Dean of Student Success, Associate Dean of Enrollment Management, and Director of Admissions. In a statement, Russell said, quote, "I am honored and humbled to have been selected the next president of Eastern Maine Community College. I look forward to working collaboratively with facility and staff to create a shared vision that supports students in reaching their educational and career goals and provides business and industry with the workforce they need to thrive in our region." Down East Horizons got their hands dirty Thursday morning, and the pollen is killing me as they participated in a spring cleanup at Camp Capella. Sierra Jordan has a closer look.
Summer is just around the corner, and volunteers from Down East Horizons are gearing up to help Camp Capella prepare for the summer season.
It's awesome! Oh my gosh!
Jonathan Morrison was among 75 others who made up the cleanup crew at Camp Capella Thursday morning.
It's so much fun to give back to the community.
Camp Capella, located on Phillips Lake in Denham, provides resources and recreation for those with disabilities.
So without this kind of generosity, we would not be able to have camp. Down East Horizons chooses us. They come every single year and rent camp for 2 weeks. So, I mean, it's really important to them to make sure that camp's here. And then we have such a great time. I mean, everybody's out, and it's the most gorgeous day today. Can you even imagine?
From raking the beach to installing boat docks on Phillips Lake, Down East Horizons Director Anthony Zambrano says volunteers are acquiring life skills and more.
They're helping us put these docks in, which are quite complicated. They're following directions. They're learning ADA skills that we need to tidy up, to clean up, to take care of stuff, because we all have to do that. So, and they're teamwork. You know, they're working together as a team.
Aaron Adams has been a camper for 18 years. He says participating in the Camp Capella spring cleanup means so much more than just doing chores around the yard.
It means so much to a lot of people. It's fun, gets out, support the community, get out there and help best you can.
The opening day for the summer camp is on June 19th.
Just doing what needs to be done and conquering Mother Nature's elements.
In Denham, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Jose Cuervo Margaritas is giving fans a chance to make their next drink along with a $100,000 check. You can enter through their website, CuervoMargaShakeup.com. Say that 10 times fast. With the margarita flavor based and ingredients, there will be 12 finalists who will receive a $1,000 gift card, but only one will take home the big check of $100,000. Fans interested in scoring this big prize have until June 30th to join the contest. 7-Eleven is unveiling its custom Ford Mustang GT. The car comes with a shifter shaped like a Slurpee. It also has a 7-Eleven coffee-scented air freshener. And get this, a pizza holder. Fans can get a chance to win this ride by entering a contest which ends May 24th. Details are on 7-Eleven's Instagram account. And still to come here this morning in sports. It's been a long time coming, but Brewer baseball fans can now watch their team play at their home field for the first time. Dave Peck and Tyler Cruz join us after the break.
They're here.
Okay. There's no way we're paying for all those medical bills.
Should we talk about a settlement?
How about we cut the car payments down?
We might want to think about this.
Look, just get them to sign. This offer's more than fair.
Sir, it's the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe. The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Right now.
You can handle this one.
Life. It's changed. It's not business as usual. Healthy air quality, safe environments, and properly working equipment are more critical than ever. Our goal has always been the comfort, safety, and security of building occupants for all types of organizations and facilities. We're all in this together. And at Mechanical Services and Main Controls, we're here to help keep your buildings safe.
You don't stay in business as long as Rowell's Garage unless you're doing a lot of things right. Since 1946, Rowell's Garage in Dover Foxcroft has seen many customers drive off the lot completely satisfied, and they keep coming back. Why? Things like a wide selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Incredible customer service. A repair center that does it right the first time and on time. But the biggest reason, like new quality vehicles at a pre-owned price. So save yourself the hassle and save yourself some money. Rowell's Garage, Dover Foxcroft.
On the next Last Man Standing.
I didn't sleep well last night.
What's keeping you up?
My wife's snoring. Awake, she's the most elegant woman ever. Asleep, like a blender full of nails. I think tonight I'm just sleep in Mandy's old room. You snore.
Is this what all that nonsense was about separate bedrooms? But you said you didn't want to disturb me.
That's called lying.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
All the fallout from the Bloodlines match with RK Bro and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania Backlash. It's an all-new edition of Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, tonight on Fox.
Good morning, everyone. Well, it was win or go home day for the Bruins. That's what was at stake at the TD Garden on Thursday night, looking to force a Game 7 versus the Hurricanes. Jeremy Swayman starting in his first elimination game ever. Bruins set the tone early. Charlie McAvoy with a monster hit on Sebastian Aho. No score after 20, but early in the second, what a beauty here from Brad Marchand. Perfection on the wrister, top shelf. That score held until here. Late in the second, Charlie Coyle off a David Pasternak bomb. 2-0 Bees. And then in the third, no lead is safe. Andrei Svechnikov slices it in half, but pucks on net paid off. Eric Howla deflects it in. And then, a little bit later, it's Derek Forbort here from the blue line, just slings it through traffic. Bruins up 4-1. They'd score an empty netter and take Game 6. 5-2 was the final. So it all comes down to Saturday back in Raleigh once again. And they knew that at some point, if they wanted to win the series, they had to win on away ice. So it might be time for Nathan Horton to get his water bottle, fill it with Boston water, and just spray it right on PNC Arena, because that might be the only way they can do it, just like they did against the Canucks in 2011. All right, let's talk some baseball now. It's been a huge part of the series, home ice for the Bruins. For Brewer, though, they haven't really had the chance to cash in on any home field advantage since 2018, but that is about to change. Tyler Cruz has more.
It's definitely better to be like at our school on our own field.
It's been a long time coming, but Brewer baseball fans are going to get to watch their Witches play in Brewer for the first time since 2018.
I mean, it'd be almost like a welcoming thing for us.
I have not played on it for a high school game. No, none of us have. It'll be pretty sweet to be able to get down there and play.
Hederick Field began reconstruction for drainage issues 4 years ago, and since then, the Witches have had to call a few other surrounding stadiums their home.
Everything has been at Mansfield, it had been at University of Maine or Hudson, and this year we've been strictly at Mansfield.
If you're Brewer, Bangor isn't really the team you want to share a diamond with.
No, it's not.
That's what we don't like about it, is having to share a field with our rivals. That's why it's just so nice to have our own.
We get along as far as that goes, but we'd love to have our own field.
It also makes the trip to practice at the end of the day a whole lot easier.
Our school is kind of a mess when we get out in the day, and we have practice here at 2:30, so we all have to get over here, get ready, and be ready to go.
Not too long ago, the Diamond needed a whole new infield and mound. They also just put in new lights last fall and had the dugouts re-roofed. And quite a few companies in Brewer helped with the renovations.
It's huge. Anytime you can get people to give back to the school they went to, their children go to, it's just great. And I mean, we just appreciate everything that we have got from them, and our kids are very appreciative.
And doing the labor has been Coach Corey and his staff, working each day to get Hederick Field game ready.
Every day they're out there, they put a lot of money, a lot of effort in there, so it's awesome, really.
Well, they've still got a couple more things to do this weekend, but if the weather holds, they'll be painting the lines and welcoming their rivals from across the river for some Monday night baseball.
When you see people and you're at your own home and the kids can draw off that and get energy from that, and you know that we are finally home.
All right, thank you, Tyler. Great job on that. Hopefully the rain keeps it dry through the weekend, and then on Monday, the Brewer Witches can play their roommates basically for the past couple of years in the Bangor Rams. That would be a good way to kind of open things back up. All right, let's talk boxing now. A little transition. 7 months after falling to Steven Torres on the undercard of Pacquiao versus Ugas, Fairfield's Justin Rolfe bounced back with his 7th pro win, and he'll look for number 8 on Friday. Rolfe is set to fight Sonny Conto on the main card of Excite Fight Night down in Philadelphia. Conto is ranked 22nd in the country and holds a perfect 9-0 record. The two were supposed to fight a few years back, but things sort of fell through around the era of COVID early on in 2020. And since then, tensions have only grown.
There was some stuff that got said online between, not myself, but between our camps, between his father and my coach. And there's been some build up to this fight. We like to say he's kind of the gatekeeper. He's that guy. If I beat someone with his stature, with his reputation, you know, the possibilities are really endless.
Worth's a pro fighter and has been since 2018, but compared to some of his sponsored opponents, there are less resources and training for travel and whatnot. So this year, Rolfe accepted a full-time job with New Balance. And while balancing the schedules have been a little bit more hectic, it's actually helped him focus more on boxing.
A lot of it's about the mindset. So if you're worried about a lot of other things like bills and things like that, it's hard to train properly, you know. So now I'm in a good mindset, well, a better mindset, I should say. I've always been in a good mindset, but, you know, all I'm thinking about now is going out there and making a statement.
So Rolfe is 7-3-1 in his career. Again, looking for win number 8 on Friday night. Alrighty, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
When you're hungry, you're not going to let 5,000 feet of mountain get in your way. And if it tries, that's what our lineup of exceptionally capable, available all-wheel drive SUVs is for. After all, we take this pretty seriously. The SUVs and the dinner. Get 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2022 Sorento.
The furniture you've been looking for is in stock and on sale at the Furniture Gallery. Spring into savings with great deals like 10% off all in-stock recliners. Refresh your home with this new living room set for just $888. Save $500 on this Ashley 3-piece reclining set. The Furniture Gallery brings you better brand names, plus a bigger in-stock selection, all at the lowest prices around. This spring, support Maine family-owned businesses and save money. Find your best value at the Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, and North Windham.
I'm 82 years old and I have collapsed arches, which means the first thing that hits the ground is the bone in my arch. I came to Comfort Shoes 4 years ago because I couldn't walk without pain. And she spent so much time on my feet getting the right shoe, and we finally found the right pair. Once you made these orthotics for me, I have no pain. These are so comfortable. I have no discomfort. I feel like I could go running, and I thank you and Comfort Shoes for that.
Next Drew, it's Los Angeles, the Pro Drew Surse Cut. Jennifer Aniston and Olivia Rodrigo.
I am going to show you all the conversation that we didn't see.
Plus, RuPaul.
You had no money. You were sleeping on people's couches.
I didn't know I would become the most beautiful drag queen in the world.
Next on the Emmy-nominated Drew Barrymore Show.
The Drew Barrymore Show, Friday at 3 on Fox 22.
Well, he's no Leo Jonathan, but he is David Asman, and he has your morning business report.
Consumers aren't the only ones getting squeezed by inflation. Producer prices, which is what wholesalers pay for goods and services before they sell them to consumers, jumped 11% in April from the same time a year ago. And this is a big deal because businesses often pass on part or all of those increases to you at home. Well, gas prices jumping to a record high for the third day in a row. The national average cost for regular is now $4.42 a gallon. That's a 2-cent rise from Wednesday. And the cost of borrowing money to buy a home is getting more expensive, too. Freddie Mac say the average 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is now 5.3%. For some context, it was 2.9% this time last year. And while mortgage rates, gas, and the price of goods continue to go up, most stocks continue to go down. The Dow, S&P 500 closed in the red, but well off session lows, and the Nasdaq actually eked out a small gain. That's business. I'm David Asman.
The TSA is expanding the use of screeners, looking for other ways to help at busy airports ahead of the travel season. The agency officially shared on Tuesday that they are quadrupling employees performing screenings at airports. Despite the TSA having more than 47,000 screeners, they say about 1,000 employees have volunteered to assist in hectic airports if necessary to help decrease the wait time for travelers. Now, the agency has screened more than 2 million people per day in the last 2 months. That's similar to 2019 levels. And it was a big day for the scientific community. Scientists were able to grow plants using lunar soil brought back from NASA astronauts for the first time ever. University of Florida researchers planted seeds in dirt from the moon last year, not knowing if they would grow or not, and now the plants are sprouting. But they did end up growing stunted.
For us, yeah, the first message is, holy cow, plants can grow in lunar soil. And besides that, we've now learned that there are some things we'll have to know and be able to do better if we want to grow crops.
Researchers say this was the first step in what's going to be a very long, multi-decade process. The lunar dirt used was collected by Apollo 11 astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and others. The upcoming Dune sequel recruits a major star. A first look at the new Resident Evil TV series and more. Kristen Goodwin has the latest from the Hollywood Nation.
I really think you guys are going to love it here.
The Resident Evil franchise expands. Rafe gets the party started, and Walken takes on a major role in the Hollywood Nation. Christopher Walken is headed to Arrakis. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the Oscar winner will join the all-star cast of Dune Part 2. He will play Padishah, Emperor Shaddam IV. Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, and Javier Bardem are among the cast from the first film returning. The sequel is expected in theaters October 2023.
It's fine. It's so cute. It's so good.
No, Mom, if anybody sees that, I'm going to get put on a watch list.
In today's first looks, Apple TV Plus released the trailer to Cooper Rafe's second film, Cha-Cha Real Smooth. In addition to writing, producing, and directing, Rafe stars in the coming-of-age story as a young bar mitzvah party starter who falls in love with the mother of the teenage girl he babysits. Dakota Johnson, Leslie Mann, and Brad Garrett also star.
Billy, Jade.
And Netflix dropped the trailer to the upcoming live-action sci-fi series Resident Evil. The latest adaptation of the popular video game is the first TV show in the iconic horror franchise. The zombie drama is set in 2036 and follows a young woman named Jade Wesker fighting to survive a world overrun by deadly zombies and creatures. It debuts July 14th.
Here's Devin Biggs with one final look at our forecast.
Hey, Joe, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Card Enterprises. At Card Enterprises, we specialize in affordable quality vehicles. Financing is available, and we have a full service department. We are the home with the unlimited mileage warranty. All right, fog is an issue out there this morning. Area-wide, seeing at least a half mile or less for visibility. So if you're traveling to work or school, be careful and allow some extra time. Visibility will be tricky from time to time. We don't want anyone getting into any car accidents. In fact, because of the fog, it is thick enough to warrant a dense fog advisory across parts of the area this morning. Of course, expiring later this morning as things begin to improve with the sunrise. But otherwise, though, we're watching clouds moving in from the northwest, going toward the south and east. So overall, we will be under a partly cloudy sky today, so things will be looking rather decent once we get the fog out of here. But we will be watching our next system moving in soon. In fact, it's parked toward our north now as a warm front, so high pressure will be moving out of here very soon, pushing in some warm, moist air. And in fact, the humidity will start taking up later on today, though. And chances of rain showers, even a few rumbles of thunder, will be arriving soon this weekend. Right now, though, wave heights are getting a little active out there, only around 3 to 4 feet. Not enough to warrant any advisories, but we're going to be watching for that throughout the rest of the time frame. Winds will get a little gusty from time to time, getting up to about 20 miles per hour in a few areas, but it's mainly during the daytime period, because as we head towards the overnight period tonight, things will begin to ease up from there. Otherwise, though, again, sea surface temperatures. We haven't talked about this in a little while, though. Sea surface temperatures making it into the upper 40s to lower 50s, so temperatures starting to warm up just a little bit. But again, we're going to be seeing the temperatures starting to boost that up just a little bit more, with temperatures making it to the middle 80s yesterday, and Bangor breaking that record high again of 83 degrees. So your forecast coming up for today, though, going to be rather nice out there with, again, 80 degrees, morning fog becoming partly cloudy. That south wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, though, 55 degrees becoming partly cloudy. That south wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Card Enterprises. More storms on the way as we head towards Sunday, Monday, into Tuesday.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. With Angie, you can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews. And when you book and pay through Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, and done. People today, they could spend half their lives over 50.
What are you in for?
Cholesterol check. Cool. Make sure your health lives as long as you do. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
It's replacement window season in America. Many companies sell vinyl windows. But did you know there is a better solution? Renewal by Andersen's Fibrix composite material won't warp or bow over time like vinyl can. It's no wonder our Fibrix windows are replacing vinyl as the better replacement window. So why not save some money this season with Renewal by Andersen? Act now and schedule your free window diagnosis and take advantage of this incredible limited time offer. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Take your waterfront experience to the next level with a Shoremaster dock system from Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through Shoremaster's many options and accessories and match you with the right equipment for your waterfront. And with Shoremaster, it's easy to make future changes or additions. Shoremaster docks are easy to install, but Hammond can arrange for professional installation if needed. And statewide delivery is available. Enjoy life on the water to the fullest with Shoremaster from Hammond Lumber Company.
I'm thinking yes. Yes! Yes! I'll have what she's having. And you can too. Get ready for the good dish. Delicious twists on your favorite comfort foods. Decadent desserts you can whip up in no time. And game-changing shortcuts. What's for dinner is about to get way easier. And way more fun than doing the dishes. So get ready to get dishing.
Weekdays at 1 on Fox 22.
You know, sometimes we get so caught up trying to make a recipe a little different that we forget that many of the best dishes are the most basic ones. That's why today I want to share with you a good old-fashioned coleslaw that has stood the test of time. We start by cutting a head of cabbage into quarters and removing the core. Now we place it flat side down on a cutting board. This way it won't wobble when we cut it. Then with a sharp knife, we carefully shred it. If you want, you could even make this with a bag of pre-shredded cabbage right from the market. Either way, we add a shredded carrot along with thinly cut strips of green pepper. Now for the part that makes this all come together. We combine some mayonnaise, lemon juice, a bit of sugar, and a little salt. After mixing it, we toss this with the cabbage. I actually learned that the key to making really good coleslaw is to mix it with your hands. But that's up to you. After it's chilled, it's ready to serve with any of our summertime favorites. What makes this so good is that it has just the right balance of tartness to creaminess. As always, the recipe for our country coleslaw is online now. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an old-fashioned way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Yummy.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish still have plenty of green. And how about that cat in the hat? Dr. Seuss Enterprises, the legacy company of Dr. Seuss, wants bankers to evaluate the intellectual property worth of the franchise. The company ceased printing 6 books last year, some considered racist, but the company is also launching Seuss Studios for early readers and creation of some new stories. Book sales tracker NPD Bookscan says Dr. Seuss is the top U.S. literary license with 7.6 million units sold in 2021. Well, Well, that does it for the final hour here of Good Morning Maine. Thank you for watching. I'm Joe Cortez. Enjoy 25 Words or Less. Next up on Fox 22, we'll be back at 6 a.m. Monday morning for the latest in local news. Have a great weekend and have an awesome Friday.
Do you have diabetes? If you have insurance,